Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Of course, it's your girl Erin B. I feel like I haven't sat down to do one of these everything that I crocheted in the last month type of videos. Now before I go ahead and dive into a rather small pile today, I did just want to come on here and give a general update with what's been going on with me, my business, and of course the channel here. I think the very last time that I did a monthly wrap-up type of video was at least 3 months ago. So considering that this pile right here, it's 3 months worth. Something I wanted to talk about is the fact that I'm trying to slow down a little bit more with my production, just the whole process and like the outputting of making final projects. But ever since starting to write my own patterns and just get a little bit more meticulous about what I'm making, I've really made the conscious decision to cut back on the amount of projects that I'm starting and finishing. I don't know if it's just me or if it's several other creators, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, but I started to notice that instead of just making things for myself, things that make me happy, I was honestly just kind of rushing through every single project just because I wanted to be able to showcase a ton of projects that I got done within the last month. I wanted to wow you guys. Also, I wanted to like wow myself with like capabilities and how fast I'm able to crochet. But at the same time, I'm noticing that I'm not really wearing half of the stuff that I'm making, and at the end of it all, that's not quite sustainable. So I would rather start to kind of slow down on everything and be a little bit more particular about the type of projects that I want to make, yada yada yada, and so on. So to go ahead and cue in my most recent makes from the last few months, July, August, and most of September, this is what the little pile is looking like. Let's just go ahead and dive into them. As you all know, I have recently been diving into writing my own PDF crochet patterns, which has been so much fun, but at the same time, it's crazy time consuming. So most of the items that I have here, I do have physical written PDF crochet patterns that you guys can purchase and download if you guys are interested. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start off the very first make from the last few months. This is my Lacy Unisex Polo. This pattern is about to drop by the time that you guys are watching this video, I believe this upcoming weekend, so Saturday or Sunday. It's been a very long, tedious process. Now, as you can see, I kind of went for a little bit more of a striped look, but the really fun thing about this pattern is that you can throw in as many colors as you like, or even just stick with one solid color. And as I just mentioned, this is also a unisex type of pattern. So I previously designed this top to have, I think like 4 to 6 inches positive ease. So it's a little bit wider on me. It has a little bit more of a flow and a drape. But let's go ahead and get into the details of this top. I believe I crocheted this whole thing using Hobie's Friends Wheel. This is described kind of like a #1 or #2 fine weighted fiber. So the stitches are pretty tiny, and honestly, it does take a little bit of time to make. But again, because I want this to have that flow, that drape, I needed to kind of sacrifice some time, put in a little bit more effort, and we used a #1 sock weighted yarn. Now, when it came to the overall design and stitch process, I really wanted to go with not only an everyday standard repetitive double crochet, but every few rows I decided to throw in this really gorgeous and very subtle shelly lacy stitch pattern. So it kind of breaks up all of the basic double crochets, and then you have just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit of like sheerness and laciness with the top. And then last but not least, of course, we have to move on to the neckline. Now, you guys know I'm an absolute sucker for polo collared type of tops. So we went with this notched collar. As you can see, we have the front panel that flips down, but then I went in completely optional and added on the little bit of a collar. So I need to iron this honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much the general run through on this top. One thing I did want to note is that you can totally customize this pattern to whatever you guys are looking for. So I do give step-by-step instructions and tips, up close photo shots, all the good stuff that you guys will need to recreate this top on your own. Of course, I will leave links down below to all of the different platforms that I use to currently sell my patterns. I not only have my website, I use Ko-Fi, Ribbler, Ravelry, and hopefully Etsy very soon. So this is item #1. We need a little refresher. Okay, we're rejuvenated. Let's hop into the next project now. I hope you guys lose your mind over this because this took me quite a bit of work. Next up, we have the flared mini skirt, the next little make that I'm currently in the process of writing a pattern for. But this is a cute little design that I've been working on honestly for like close to 4 months. But I noticed that as I was writing the pattern for this, originally with that skirt, it was completely free-handed. I was kind of just going with the flow, putting stitches wherever I felt was comfortable and what was gonna work for my body. But as I started writing this pattern, I really tried to think how a pattern tester would think as they're reading it for the first time. And I wanted to do, to the best of my abilities, to write a pattern that most people are able to understand. So I had to start all over on this bad boy a few times to get the design process completely right. Now again, this pattern completely customizable. Not only do I give you guys tips and tricks on how to make the skirt extremely flared, but I also kind of go over how to make this a little bit more form-fitting and a little bit more of a subtle ruffle instead of something that has, you know, a ton of waves and creases like this one. But I felt like a little mini skirt was so perfect for the end of summer. I honestly wish that I got this out a little bit sooner, but hey, we're here, we made it. I actually ended up using my heirloom colorway on Superwash DK. So if you guys are looking to make a very, very similar skirt, y'all just need some DK weighted yarn. She's super micro, she's super mini, she's got a flare, she's everything that we need. I almost forgot to show you the really cute little lacy design that we have here for the waistband. So look at these shells, very gorgeous, a little bit sheer, a little see-through, but of course the body of the skirt is, she's completely opaque, okay? We're not seeing through it. She's good to go. You can wear her wherever. So yeah, I'm really proud of this one. I'm just waiting to take some proper pattern photos. That way I can send it out to everybody. So now I'm just very quickly going to gloss over a top. Now I know, it's been a little bit of time since I last posted a tutorial. Even though I'm trying to shift a little bit more into physical pattern writing, I do still have a handful of tutorials that I've already recorded. I just need to edit them and post them. So this is a top that, okay, she looks a little bit crazy because of the yarn that I used. I do plan on going back and remaking this with a little bit more of a standard superwash yarn because this whole crazy mess right here was actually made with like acrylic, mohair, polyester, a crazy blend. So it doesn't quite have the shape that I was going for. But as I just said, I did film a whole tutorial on this, and if I can get the energy, I will also try to write a pattern for this using more quality fibers. So this is a little baby doll flare top that I made actually almost 3 months ago. Now, me just holding it up doesn't do it justice. I'm gonna have to put it on and show you guys on an overlay, okay? But I thought it would be really fun to go in and jazz up the super basic top by going in and adding an extra row of see-through sheer mohair that kind of acts as just like an extra tier or an extra layer of flare to the top. So kind of giving me like baby doll summer tops. This is the loops and threads. Oh, it's heather tweed. I can't believe I remember that. This was the Hobie Sweet Tweed mohair. Here she is, very simple. She's coming, I swear. I'm working on it, okay? Don't hound me. I'm stressed. We're moving on to the next little make that I just recently finished up maybe about a week ago. So this, as you guys can tell, yes, this is the top-down raglan pattern. At this point, if you guys have been here for a while here on the channel, I'm sure that we all know about the top-down raglan sweater. Funny enough, I was just rewatching that video back a few weeks and it wasn't that bad, but that's not my normal style of teaching a tutorial. So finally, after almost 2 years since posting that pattern, your girl is finally getting around to writing a physical pattern for the top-down raglan sweater. Now again, completely customizable. I did mention it previously in that tutorial, but I think at this point it's like a 28-page pattern. Yeah, I know, 28 pages, and I'm not even done yet, but I did really want to do my best to go into depth about how to customize this and make this completely your own. I'll walk you guys through literally every single step, starting at the neck, all the way down to the chest. I walk you through the underarm chain, how to measure everything, and then how to give you guys tips and tricks on making your sweater a little bit more fitted, a little bit more oversized, and on top of that, how to make slim sleeves, standard sleeves, and even bell sleeves. I ended up using the Loops and Threads Impeccable for this entire sweater. I do want to talk about Loops and Thread because this last year, this past year, Loops and Threads has been killing the game at Michaels. I don't know who's on their team, who's marketing, who's designing, but the fibers that they've been putting out are some top-notch, top-tier fibers. But yes, this is a 100% acrylic fiber. I'm gonna stand by this, okay? I'm gonna put this out there, hot take. Loops and Threads has the best 100% acrylic fiber that you can find at Joann and Michael. I said it. I said it. Here she is. I'm gonna put this on. I'll try it on in the try on clip. She's gorgeous. She's stunning. As fall and winter approach every single year, the raglan sweater, the men's sweater, and my beanie tutorial are the most watched tutorials every single time this year for my channel. I think people just really love to make fall weathered clothing. So I'm really glad that I got this pattern done just in time for fall. Also with that video, there was a lot of questions, concerns, confusion about how I made everything. So I just felt like going back to my previously posted tutorials and doing my best to make updated 2023 written patterns would help to clarify any of the confusion that people have. I just wanted to put out my best work, put my best foot forward, and show you guys what we're all capable of making. So enough chit chat about this bad boy. We've been talking way too long. Hi, my battery died. We're recharged, we're back. So we're just gonna speed through the very last part of this video. Another thing that I've been doing a lot with my business is investing more of my time to expand my colorway selection. So if you guys have been following me over on Instagram, then you've probably seen me talk about a bunch of the new crazy colors that I've been dyeing up over the last few months. Your girl has been on a roll. I've been dyeing up as many hanks as physically possible. I'm just gonna pull out handfuls and handfuls more. Not only am I expanding the website to have like 20 plus new colorways, but I'm gonna add on solid colors. I don't know why it took me so long to like physically make solid colors, because I feel everybody wears and makes solid colored clothing. So I'm just gonna quickly show off a ton of the new colorways that I have. Now the really fun thing with these minis is that within the next week or two, I will be selling mini skein bundles, limited edition, on the website. If you guys are interested in getting a little 5 hank bundle of all hand-dyed fiber, kind of something like this. So one of the first ones I want to show you guys is this bad boy right here. Now, most of these don't have names, so just bear with me as I pull them up. I had a lot of fun with this one. We wanted to go darker, deeper. So this is what we came up with. We've got a lot of charcoals and blacks, but really fun pops of teal and like a fluorescent purple, kind of aiming for like sherbet, very vibrant pops of colors. Moving it along, another new colorway. This one was really fun. We've got teals, peaches. This one is so fun, but I don't have a name for this one either. Think like peach cobbler, but it has a ton of speckles. So look at this bad boy, very fall inspired. We gotta stop and appreciate these because I finally got my hands on some neon fluorescent dye. So here are 2 little examples of some new colorways. This is just a solid fluorescent lemon yellow, and then this one I had a lot of fun with. We kind of threw in fluorescent green, yellow, and blue. Can you guys see how much this stands out on camera? I know I've been talking for a very long time about this yarn, and I said it was gonna be quick, but I have to show off the last few colors that are a little bit more personal favorites of mine. So this one here, very fun, kind of a mixture between spring and fall. So here we have some more very subtle, soft colors, but I felt like this was so romantic, so another favorite. But this is a new colorway that I was not expecting to make, and I completely fell in love with this. So still thinking of a name for this one, but I'm gonna dye up a few more of these because I really wanna make a cardigan pattern out of this. And this is just so like fall winter-esque to me. Look how deep and opaque and like stunning these colors are. So that's gonna wrap up the little bit of the yarn update I have for you. As we start to close out the video, the very last thing I wanted to touch on is my resin hooks. Now, I've had a handful of DMs and emails with people asking me when I'm gonna bring back certain hook sets, if I'm gonna be making more floral sets. And to be honest with you guys, that is one of the things that I'm gonna start to shift away my attention from for the next few months, just because I really want to give pattern making my all, my best effort. I'll be completely honest with you guys, as much as I absolutely love making the resin hooks, they're so stressful, to be honest, and very, very time consuming, are not quite where I want to invest my time in. For the time being, I will eventually start making more hook sets, but for now, I figured I would let you all know that before I take my little hiatus from making the resin hook sets, I will be restocking the mermaid hook sets on my website. I have, I think, only 4 sets available, so those are going to be the very last set of hooks that I make. These are my mermaid hook sets. They're super cute. They have a ton of glitter. I'm only going to have 4 more of the under the sea hook sets available. That's gonna be the overdue business update that I have for you guys. I need to kind of refocus, recenter myself. A lot of fun stuff coming in the next few weeks, so I hope that you guys stay tuned. If you guys stay to the very end of this video, because I know a lot of y'all clicked out already, leave a mermaid emoji down below so that I know who stayed until the end. Thank you guys so much again for just being a part of this journey, being a part of this fiber family. I freaking cannot believe that I get to do this. I get to do this every single day of my life as my job. I love you guys. Stay safe. I'll see you very, very soon.